All right, if this video is a little bit wobbly, I apologize. But a while ago, I had posted up a video of my initial impression of the Taurus PT111. It's the Millennium G2, and I've had a chance to shoot it quite a bit. I've probably put 500-600 rounds through it, and overall, it's just a pretty cool little gun. But I've gotten some pretty good feedback overall from the channel being open and just the general consensus of what we talk about. And, some people have been negative though, and specifically had to do with my earlier critique or a lack of a real response or explanation for the trigger on the PT111. Well, I'm not a dumbass, guys, but I know that probably that last video kind of made it seem like I didn't know exactly what I was talking about. And I'll be honest with you, with this particular single action, double action trigger, I thought that there was something up with it that maybe I didn't understand. But the way, just for an explanation, the way that a double action trigger works is that, look, I'm gonna depress that. So the way that double action trigger works is that the trigger pull will both cock the hammer and release the pin all in one stroke, right? But if you are to already have the hammer cocked, right, or in this case the pin set, right, then you don't have to worry about that as part of the single action pull, and it's just going to be a lot longer pull, and then finally release, right? So, I mean, you can look online and figure out all you want about single action, double action triggers. That's the basic mechanics of it. Just the double action performs 2 actions versus just the one. And as a result, the trigger pull for a double action is more consistent through the pull than it is on a single action. All right. Now, that begs the question, though, how do I like this with it is still a wonky trigger. I mean, and fuck you guys if you think otherwise. It's still weird. There is a long ass pull, and it's weird to get used to, and that's just the way it is, regardless if it's single action, double action. It's a long pull. My P238, the 6-hour P238 that I've done some videos on, that is a single action, and I like the trigger pull way more on that one. But just overall, I don't really have a problem with this one. I don't want it to make it seem like I don't like this gun. I think it's perfect, especially for the price point. I've not had a single problem with it. No failure to feed, nothing. I mean, it's just been a really cool little gun to shoot. I bought it for $249, and it's pretty good. I mean, just overall, all right? So not a big deal. It breaks apart real clean. I like it because it has that, the slide release is kind of like the Glock. And overall, the trigger has not really been that big of a deal. It's just sometimes it throws you for a loop because of how far that trigger pull is. Or how long it is, rather. Right there is where it starts to make contact. You can see where the slide release is just starting to be depressed just a little bit. All right, that's where it catches, and then you have like maybe 1/8 of an inch that you go in order to complete the pull. So overall, I would give this a fairly high rating. Price, like irrespective, it's really not that heavy. I've enjoyed conceal carrying it, and just overall, it does what it's supposed to do. It's not really that big of a deal. So I mean, if you see this, you don't specifically like what's in the videos, you guys can always fuck off. Just in general, if you have like very negative commentary or whatever, but it's few and far between. I don't want to really sound like that big of an asshole. It's just like kind of irks me that we get a ton of good feedback, and people, basically all I'm here to do is to kind of substantiate when I have something that other people are looking at, maybe they're trying to purchase it. I'm just trying to substantiate that it's either decent or not, right? This is my general opinion on it. This is what it looks like, everything like that. So I don't get too tied up in the minutia. I'm not an expert. I am not. That's not my day job. I don't spend a ton of extra time studying guns or anything like that. I know how they work. Basically, I can take most of them apart. So just chill it out. One thing I will say though is I broke this thing down entirely. The only thing I did not break down is this mag release. I mean, I took everything apart, and I would say that it's pretty well made. Looking at all the parts and everything, that they're good quality. There's quite a few of them. It took me a little while to get everything back together, just because I didn't record where everything went. So I had a little bit of a puzzle and a learning experience there, but it's perfectly fine. I mean, it was cool to break it down and actually see how everything works with this specific type of gun. So if you're thinking about the Taurus PT111 Millennium G2, and you have an extra 240 to 290 to spend on it, I definitely would get it. It's a good truck gun, a decent concealed carry gun, and just overall it's been pretty dependable with almost 1,000 rounds through it.